Hello, everybody. This is Wrestling Watcher, a YouTube channel that's about watching professional wrestling. So, big episode of SmackDown this past Friday night, and one of the big segments was LA Knight and Paul Heyman. Now, they've been teasing this, going back and forth for a while now with this Seth Rollins faction and LA Knight. It's been tense lately. They've been building it up slowly but surely. But now it's on full blast. And here we are. And I think this is a great way to elevate LA Knight. Right now, he's in that mid-card, I would argue upper mid-card babyface status where he goes against the top heel or a top heel, doesn't quite win, but he looks strong, right? He was kind of positioned that way against Drew McIntyre. He was positioned that way against Jacob Fatu. But now with this top heel faction with Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, and you got Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker there, LA Knight, I think this is a way to really elevate slowly. I think it'll be a slow elevation, but to really elevate him further up into that main event status. I think what you do here is, I do think LA Knight should beat Braun Breaker, and I do think he should beat Bronson Reed. I think it should be sort of like a heel factory sort of thing. But you could definitely put LA Knight in tag matches with them too, with other baby faces. And then when you finally do build to that Seth Rollins LA Knight match, singles, look, I think Seth Rollins gets the win because he's going to be elevated into that top heel position. I think 2026, Seth Rollins next year, he will be the top heel in the company with a title, a faction, and he'll be this unstoppable heel monster, and he'll be everything that he accused Roman Reigns of being. He will be a hypocrite. I think LA Knight will be one of the top baby faces that goes after that championship, but you have to play it slow and you have to play it right. And I think having Paul Heyman there to joust back and forth with LA Knight only helps elevate LA Knight further. The more those two go back and forth, the bigger a babyface LA Knight becomes, in my opinion. Right? Paul Heyman is the greatest talker in the history of the business. Many wrestlers, many people, commentators have said that about Paul Heyman. So the more you put Paul Heyman with LA Knight, or I should say the more you put LA Knight with Paul Heyman in that promo battle situation, the better LA Knight looks. Because if he holds his own, the fans automatically start to think that, wow, look how great LA Knight is on the mic. He's holding his own against Paul Heyman. Now, I think for a long time, they've thought LA Knight was great on the mic, but it's different from thinking he's great on the mic versus him actually showing in promo battles against Paul Heyman, of all people, that he can hang in that situation. That elevates a stock. And I definitely think, I don't know when Seth Rollins is going to win the title, and I don't know who's eventually going to take that title off him. I would guess Roman Reigns. But LA Knight being in that conversation is not bad for LA Knight, and it's not bad for WWE. I definitely think he needs to be further elevated. Now, the thing with LA Knight is, many folks, I've seen this recently, think that he would be better off on Monday Night Raw. That, that there's a real position for a top babyface on Raw to be elevated, and that LA Knight would be the perfect casting choice for it. I don't think that's a bad idea. With these brands the way they are, it's hard to really tell whose brand anyone's on nowadays. You have wrestlers showing up on both brands now. It's like the brand split's gone. But we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. I definitely think moving forward, this is the start of a big push for LA Knight. I see good things for him in the future. He's got to be a top title contender. I think once Cena is retired and gone in December, I definitely think the potential for LA Knight to hold a world championship, either the WWE World Heavyweight or just the WWE Undisputed Championship, either one. I see that in his future sometime, somewhere. And I think this is the start of that push to make that happen. Thank you guys. That's all for this one. Bye.